The Mughal Empire once ruled India with unmatched power, wealth, and culture, but centuries later, the British Empire rose and replaced them as rulers of the subcontinent. How did this shift happen, and how do these two empires really compare? Let's find out. Origins of both empires. Mughal Empire 1526 to 1857, founded by Babur after the Battle of Panipat 1526, a dynasty of Central Asian Turkic origin. Descendants of Timur and Genghis Khan ruled vast lands of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. British Empire in India 1600 to 1947, entered as traders through the East India Company in 1600. Slowly expanded from trade to political power. By the mid-19th century, they controlled most of India. Power and administration. Mughal. Strong centralized monarchy. Emperor was seen as the shadow of God. Used Persian as the official language. Efficient revenue system. Zabt and Mansabdari. British. Colonial administration focused on economic exploitation laws and governance based on British systems. Used English as the official language. Sidelining Persian created a bureaucracy and army loyal to Britain, not India. Economy and trade. Mughal. India was called the Golden Bird. Rich in spices, textiles, jewels, and agriculture. Built Grand Trunk Road and flourishing trade centers. British. Extracted wealth and drained resources. Drain of wealth destroyed local industries like handloom textiles. Focused on exporting raw materials, cotton, tea, indigo to Britain. Built railways, but mainly to serve colonial interests. Military strength. Mules, large armies with cavalry, elephants, and artillery. Famous generals like Akbar, Aurangzeb, and Sher Shah Suri. Pre-Mughal influence expanded empire to almost all of South Asia. British, smaller in number but had modern weapons and disciplined armies. Used divide and rule tactics between Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and regional kingdoms. Naval supremacy gave them control over seas and trade routes. Culture and society. Mughals, known for art, architecture, and culture. Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Jama Masjid, promoted Persian, Urdu, and Hindi literature. Religious policies varied. Akbar promoted tolerance, Aurangzeb stricter rule. British introduced Western education, railways, telegraph, and legal systems, but promoted Christian missionary work and weakened local traditions. English became dominant in administration and education. Decline and fall. Mughal. After Aurangzeb's death 1707, the empire weakened. Internal rebellions. Marathas, Sikhs, Rajputs became symbolic rulers under British control after 1857. British faced Indian Revolt of 1857, also called the First War of Independence. East India Company abolished. British Crown took direct rule. Continued until Indian independence in 1947. Legacy. Mughal. Left behind rich architecture, art, language, and cuisine shaped the cultural identity of South Asia. British left behind railways, English education, and legal frameworks, but also left deep scars, poverty, partition, and division. The Mughals ruled India with grandeur and culture, while the British ruled with power and exploitation. The Mughal Empire symbolized wealth and tradition, while the British Empire reshaped the subcontinent under colonialism. One left behind the Taj Mahal, the other left behind the railways, but both changed India forever. Which empire, in your opinion, had a bigger impact on South Asia's future?